welcome back to Reviews from the Attic with Ed and Adam. I'm Edward.
And I'm Adam. And today we'll be looking at Locked Out, a game by Bearded Board Games, which is my publishing company, and it will hit Kickstarter this week, August 13th. Now, I sponsored a game design competition on the Game Crafter last year, and it was called Design a Lunchtime Game. And we had 77 entries, and the top 7 finalists all were mailed to me, their prototype or where they were at in the game. And I actually took them to work, where my coworkers and I sat down and played each one. And then we had to kind of rate them and decide which one we thought was the best. And we kept coming back to Locked Out. We thought its creative take on social deduction was unlike anything we've ever seen before, and the dual ending, which we'll talk about shortly. So we'll get into it and see what it's all about.
Let's open up the box.
Yep. Now this is our prototype or our review copy that we sent out to reviewers. So we will be reviewing the same review copy.
Yep. So let's see what's in the box. In the box, we have the rule book. It is a really small font because we messed up centimeters and inches.
Centimeters and inches, not the same thing. That will be corrected for the production copy.
We have the tiny meeples.
Yep.
There is 6 meeples.
Here are the cubes for the resources. The stand for the maintenance card.
Here are the cards that come with the game. We got the resource cards that we're going to be trying to keep as high as we can in the game.
We have the 8 pieces that make up the ship itself. They're numbered 1 through 8, so you can make sure they go in the right order. The order does matter. So the story of Locked Out is that your space crew has robbed a space bank, and we have stolen this space ship, and we're trying to get away from the authorities. In the engine compartment, we trip a sensor, and the board computer has realized we don't belong on the ship and has locked us out. So all the players start in the main corridor. So we're trying to go through the blue rooms and find the orange pieces that are required to unlock the orange doors. And they look like this.
So there is 2 of each of the cards. And there was 4 total. Here they all are. And they have different, and down right there is the point value. And that means the amount of points that card is worth. Then the symbol right here means that you're going to accuse somebody, and we'll get to that a little bit later.
Once all 4 pieces to the orange doors are found, the orange doors unlock. And now we must find the purple pieces to unlock the board computer. And again, 4 different pieces, 2 of each one. Once the board computer is unlocked, if somebody can get into the board computer, take over the ship, the game ends. And the person with the highest point total in their hand wins the game. Or if at any time during the game, one of the resource cubes would fall below 1, then the game ends, and the person with the lowest point total wins the game. So let's go back and let's talk about the gameplay and our final thoughts. So we've kind of walked through the basic setup. You have your board numbered 1 to 8. Everybody starts in the main corridor because that's where we come out of the engine compartment. Everybody starts the game with their share of booty card, and then you set up the decks according to what the rooms say. So this one has 2 of the same orange, 2 random greens, and 2 random resources. So on a basic turn, you go in through one of the doors that are unlocked. So in the beginning of the game, you can only go through the blue doors. You must move into a room. You cannot stay in the one you're currently in.
The main corridor counts as one big room. It's not sectioned into this one. Yeah, from here I can go into there.
Correct.
It's all one big room.
Once you enter the room, you must search if there are cards still available in the stack. So there will be a stack setting like this above each room with the associated decks. You search, and that's the end of your turn. Now you can, if you choose, to discard 2 cards that have the icon in the bottom corner showing the plus sign and another card. Those you can discard to do an additional search.
If you enter the same room as another player and then you go to draw, you have to sort to that person in your room. So you would have to sort to them, and then they would have their hand of cards, and they can either say you can keep it, or they can say, or they would trade it, and they would give me this card for this card.
And trades are?
You cannot say no. You could have you could have a really good card, and they could just give you like a 15-point card.
Yep. So they are mandatory. Another type of card you could draw would be one of the resource cards, which could always be put into play. One resource type per round, and those in play would keep the cubes from dropping on the maintenance. So the person would, when it gets to their turn that has the maintenance, they lower everything that does not have a card played. And as we mentioned before, if any of them falls off the end, the game ends, and the person with the lowest amount of points in their hand is assumed to be the traitor, and they win the game. However, if you're able to play into the game all 4 of the orange cards unlocking the orange doors, all 4 of the purple cards unlocking the board computer, and get into the board computer, the game ends, and whoever has the highest point total is crowned the winner, as they are the best pirate on the ship. If you play from your hand one of the orange or purple cards to help unlock the next set of doors, the finger pointing arrow allows you to accuse somebody else. So you are allowed to then accuse somebody else of having one of the orange or purple cards. If they say no, you get to take half their hand, rounding up, and search it for a purple or orange card. If they have one, you put it in play, give the rest of the cards back. If they don't have one, they get all their cards back. So what do you think of the game?
I think it's a really fun game. I like the resources dropping down, because that's the only thing that you see in a lot of games, like resources dropping down that you can stop. I like when you're in the same room with somebody, you have to throw on the card instead of just taking it. I think that's a really fun piece out of the game. What are you?
Yeah, I think the dual ending, the fact that it can end 2 ways. Either you escape and the highest point total wins, or you get caught and the lowest point total wins. I like how there's 2 endings, but still, no matter what, only one winner. All right, and that's Locked Out by Renee Out and Bogart and published by Bearded Board Games, hitting Kickstarter on August 13th. And if you want to reach out to Edward and I, it is eatlunchandboardgame@gmail.com, on Facebook at facebook.com/eatlunchandboardgame.
And if you like this video and the content, make sure to like and subscribe. It's free and it helps out a ton. And remember, board games build bridges.